I'm so excited because it feels like my favorite season is here already. It's still early, but fall will be here before we know it. And in today's video, I thought we can do a warm, cozy fall makeup look. And this is gonna be all drugstore. Most of this stuff is new to me. Some of this I had in my collection already, and some I did go out and buy at my local CVS. They had some things that were just calling to me. I went ahead and did my eyebrows off camera. I have a short coming up on these. I know I say I have shorts coming up. I have them recorded. It's just for some reason when it comes to editing shorts, I'm like, I'll get to it when I get to it. I much prefer editing my long form. I don't know why. But for my brows, what I've been loving, and this is a recent drugstore find for me, is the Covergirl Clean Fresh Brow Gel and Clean Fresh Brow Pencil. This combo, I love it. This has been my new favorite clear drugstore brow gel, and this brow pencil, love, love, love. It's so fine. You can get very detailed with your eyebrows. And I went ahead and already primed my lids with the Milani eyeshadow primer. I kind of have mixed feelings on how I feel about this eyeshadow primer. I know a lot of people love it, but for me, I think it's just okay. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, just to keep it drugstore, that's why I used it. So let's go ahead and start with the shadow. I'm not going to talk so much during the application. I really want it to be like a chill vibe. So yeah, let's get started with that. I will have a photo of the palette, and while I'm doing the eyeshadow look, I'll go ahead and show which shadow I'm using. Maybe I'll voice over what I'm doing, or maybe just add some text. But this is the LA Girl Keep It Playful eye palette. Are these colors just not screaming fall? I saw this at CVS and I'm like, it's calling to me. It's calling to me. It's the perfect warm toned fall palette. So let's go ahead and get started with the look. We're done with the eyes. I mean, it's screaming fall, it's screaming pumpkin patch, it's screaming Gilmore Girls. Any Gilmore Girls fans? I love that show. The shadows blended pretty nicely. They blended smoothly. The glitters though, they do have a lot of fallout, which is why I do the eyes first, but they did feel a little dry. Sorry, that's my dog. They do feel a little dry when you first go into the palette, but they blended in nicely. And hopefully you like that style of eye makeup. Let me know. Next, let's get into the base. So I'm going to cover my eyes, and I'm going to use the Milani Make It Last sunscreen setting spray. I was caught off by the sunscreen. It's SPF 30. Didn't know that. I didn't know it had a sunscreen in it. I never tried the Make It Last setting spray, so this will be my first time. And I'm going to use it first to prep. I forgot to mention earlier, I did use the NYX Blur Screen as my primer and SPF today. I was going to do it on camera, but I had to walk my dog this morning, so I had to put that on first. And now we're going to go in with the Milani Make It Last. It has a nice fresh scent to it. For foundation, we're going to use the E.l.f. Soft Glam foundation. I did a whole review on this foundation, so I'm not going to go too into it, but I love it. It's a great foundation for dry skin, especially nice satin finish as it claims, and it is buildable. I'm just going to pour some out. I have a palette, like a mixing palette. I'm going to pour some out on that. How is it by you? Is it fall feeling yet, or is it still summer? Our mornings here have been very cold, like in the 40s and 50s, and then it usually warms up to about 75 degrees, and I'm thinking like, oh, it's gonna be chilly out. I want to wear my cute sweaters and stuff, and then I go out and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's hot. It's still summer, but in my mind it's fall. So Are you there? Are you there with me? So I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Dual Complexion Brush to blend this out, and I'm gonna have everything linked below if you're curious. This stuff blends like a dream. It's so nice. I mean, and for $8, cannot go wrong with this. It's insane how affordable yet how good it performs. I forgot to mention, when I used the LA Girl palette, that's the first LA Girl anything I've ever used. And I think it performed pretty good. I like it. Like I said, the glitters seemed a little drying at first, but they weren't too bad to work with. There is fallout under my eye. I did try to go in with the makeup wipe, but it's fine. So what are some of your favorite fall activities? I love, of course, the usual, like going pumpkin picking, apple picking, that kind of stuff, going to the farms. But there's usually like some carnivals and stuff going on here where I live, so I like that as well. I just like the air during the fall time. I don't know, like there's just something about it that when you're outside, hopefully I'm making sense, but like it feels good. The air, the leaves falling on the ground and walking through the foliage, it's absolutely beautiful. And where I live, like the most beautiful time of the year here, in my opinion, is fall. You have the trees. I mean, think of the intro of Gilmore Girls. Clearly I've been watching Gilmore Girls. But think of the way the trees look. That's how it is here. It's gorgeous. For bronzer, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Halo Glow Contour Wand in the shade Light Medium. All the shades and everything is going to be linked below in case I forget to mention anything. But I've been really liking this stuff. This stuff is fairly easy to use. Like, you don't want to go heavy with it. I did go heavy with it yesterday, but like I said, it's so easy to use, and I just took my makeup sponge and I was able to just clean up the mess that I had made. So I accidentally used way too much than what I wanted. The only thing about these wands, I know a lot of people complain about them, but man, do they get messy. For blush, I picked the e.l.f. liquid blush in the shade Suave Mauve, I believe it's called. Yeah, Suave Mauve. I think it's like the perfect blush shade for the fall. It's a very warm toned blush, and I think it's just gonna go perfect. And I'm gonna use a very light hand with it, because one, this is very pigmented, but because also I'm gonna go in with a powder blush afterwards. So using the BK Beauty 109. So because the eyes are so bold, that's why I want to keep everything else kind of muted and like light, and I think it works good together. So it's very soft. It looks very soft on the cheeks. Again, if I would have went in and applied directly on, it would have been kind of a lot. For this look, I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for more of the eyes to be the show of this look. If you do it that way, that's how you get a nice softer look. Put it on the back of your hand or on a mixing palette. So now we're gonna go in with some concealer. I did pick up the LA Girl concealer, but the shade I got is a little too light, very light actually. So I'm gonna mix that with my e.l.f. concealer and apply that under my eyes. But I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. So it's the LA Girl Pro Conceal HD, and the shade I got, I don't know what made me get the shade, but it's vanilla. Maybe it won't be too bad. I'm gonna grab some on my brush and see how it looks, and if I feel it's too light, I'm gonna mix in the e.l.f. Camel Concealer. Sorry if you hear my dog. She is growling right now because she sees someone. So it is, like I said, a little light, but looking at it on my mirror, it doesn't look too bad. I might still go in with a bit of the e.l.f. concealer, but I think it's okay. I'm gonna do the other eye and then we'll come back to finish off the look. So I didn't use the e.l.f. concealer like I thought I was. I think it looks okay because of how I applied it. Hopefully it's coming off on camera that way, but it's not too bad. Let's move on and move forward with the look. Let's do some eyeliner. Yeah, let's do some eyeliner. So I have been loving the NYX Epic Ink Liner. Loving this. If you're not that great with liner like me, these are so easy to work with. so easy to work with. And I'm gonna use the shade, I think this will look nice with it. I'm gonna use Milk Chocolate. So let's give that a good shake. I mean, we could use black, but let's see how this looks first. I think it'll show up nicely. Now to hold my breath and see if I can get the other eye to match. Okay, you know when you hear that voice in your head telling you to stop and you don't listen? I should have listened, but I think they came out okay considering. But yeah, I really like how this shade of brown looks with this look. So now we're gonna go ahead and use some powder. I'm only gonna powder where I'm gonna apply powder products on top of. So I'm just gonna go ahead and powder my cheeks here, just a touch under my eyes, and I think that's it. Because I have dry skin, I'm not one to just go crazy with the powder unless I need it, depending on the product I'm using. But generally, I will only use it where I'm gonna apply powder products on top of. So the powder I'm using is gonna be the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop, and this is in the light shade. For powder, I'm using the BK Beauty 113. So the reason why I like using powder to set the cream and liquid products that I applied instead of going in with the same type of powder on top of it before setting it is because it'll give that area a smooth surface to work with, so that the powder, the blush powder and the blush bronzer, the blush powder and the powder bronzer won't go on patchy, say if I didn't go ahead and powder first. Hopefully that makes sense, but it gives a nice smooth canvas to start with instead of just with the liquid product and then the powder product. Sometimes that can come off muddy or look patchy, and doing it with a setting powder first helps to avoid that. But as you see, it took away some of the color, definitely matted my skin down where I applied it. So we're gonna go ahead and add some color back. Hopefully these tips are helpful to you, and hopefully they're making sense the way I'm saying it. So for bronzer, we're gonna use the Wet n Wild Color Icon bronzer. It's so pretty, and it's in the shade Palm Beach Ready. So for this, I'm gonna use the BK Beauty A507 Angie Hunt Flashy, and I'm just gonna, it has some shimmer to it. It's very pretty, but hopefully the shimmer's not too bad. So I'm just gonna press my brush in it to ensure an even application. Gently tap off anything. That bronzer is very pretty, but it does have some sheen to it. So if you don't like that, you might not like the bronzer. It's okay. It's not too bad. So for blush, we have another LA Girl product here, and it's called Just Blushing. Look how pretty this color is. It's called Just Playful, and it's like a nude pink shade, very warm tone, almost mauve-y. And I'm gonna use the BK Beauty 110 brush. That is so pretty. I'm loving it so far. Let's finish off the eyes. I'm gonna add some shadow under the eyes. So I'm gonna take the E20 from ColourPop, and using the darker shade that we use to deepen the outer corner, I'm just gonna run that through the bottom lash line. And then on the inner lash, I'm gonna go in with that first shade we went in with, the shade right next to the glitter. Inner corner, I'm taking the brightest shade. We're almost done with this, but I really like the way everything is coming out. Now let's get into the lips. There are a few lip combos you can do with this look, but I'm going to show you one. I might show you all of them actually. So off camera, I did grab the NYX retractable eyeliner, and I used that on the waterline. And now I had to get my lip liner. We're going to use the shade Nutmeg. I told you there were a few lip combos we can do. So the lip liner is going to stay the same. I just realized almost all of these are from NYX. This is the Butter Gloss in the shade Ginger Snap, and it's such a pretty deep brown, and it's so smooth on the lips. So this is one lip combo you can do with that lip liner and this butter gloss. It's very pretty, very autumn. So this is one look. Okay, so I touched up the lips with the lip liner. Now let's do the second look, which is the Milani Color Fetish. This is the shade Tease. This is so nice and like a perfect nude shade. Look how pretty that is. Now you can deepen it again with the butter gloss. So the one I'm going to use is the NYX Fat Oil in Follow Back. It's the first time I'm trying a NYX lip oil. This one has a nice like coppery finish to it, coppery look, and it has some shimmer. Lip combo 2. So this is the final combo and what I had initially bought to go with this look. So let's see. It's going to use the NYX Fat Oil again, but I also got the Slick Click pen and it's in the shade link in my bio. So this is the lip combo. I used the Slick Click pen and the lip oil. I could have just used this alone, but I really like how the lip oil kind of brings out the undertones that's going on with the eyes and matches. I really like this. Now let's go ahead and set everything in place using the same Milani Make It Last setting spray. That setting spray makes your makeup like nice and dewy. I see the subtle glow. Also from the Satin foundation, but areas where I powdered, that's like bringing back some life to it. I didn't put mascara. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna use the Covergirl Eye Enhancer and I got the shade Berry Brown. And I think it's gonna look so pretty with this look. That's why I went ahead and set the makeup first, because one thing with this mascara is any liquid, so meaning if your eyes tear up, this will transfer and smudge. We don't want that. Also, I'm taking some of the excess product because a lot of it comes out and I'm just rubbing the bristles against the side of the package. This is it. This is the finished look. What do we think? Let me know your thoughts down below. And as for the mascara, just a quick note. A lot of product comes out of it, so you might want to wipe off the excess like on a paper napkin or something. I wiped it off on the side, but it gets messy constantly doing that. It can transfer and smudge, so I didn't do the bottom lashes because of that, but that's something to be aware of. This is 2 coats with that mascara. I think it's very pretty. I think the color of it is gorgeous. I have no complaints about any of the products. I think they all worked beautifully together. I love how this look turned out. I will enjoy my autumn phase on a summer day. Tell me, what are some of your favorite things to do during the autumn season? Favorite drinks? I feel like there's just so much to do. I don't know. I'm just excited for it. Are you a seasonal makeup wearer? Like, does the season impact your makeup? Let me know down below. I am interested to know. I feel like it does with me. Sometimes certain looks can be inspired by the season, like this one obviously, but let me know down below and let me know what you would like to see more of on my channel. I look forward to hearing from you. I hope you have an amazing and blessed day wherever you are, and thank you so much for taking time out of your day to just watch this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. It really helps me out, and subscribe to see more content from me. I look forward to hearing from you, and I'll see you in the next one.